Good evening. In our first example tonight, we're going to look at how we find standard deviation and variance for a set of data. So you can see our data of 60, 40, 35, 45, and 39. So the first thing we have to do is we have to find the mean. And the mean, of course, is the average. And the average of the data is going to be the sum of the data, 9 divided by 5. Well, if I do this in my head, 60 plus 40 is 100, 45 and 35 make 80, that's 180, plus 39, that makes 219, so it's 219 divided by 5. That gives me an average. Let me pull my calculator up here. Sorry about that, I didn't have it ready. 219 divided by 5. That gives me an average of 43.8. As you can see from the second screen over on the right, that's the first thing we have to do. Secondly, it says find the difference between each value and the mean. Well, so that's going to be 60 minus 43.5. That equals 16.5. 40 minus, or 43.8, excuse me, I screwed that up. 43.8 gives us a difference of 16.2. 40 minus 43.8, that gives us a difference of negative 3.8. Sorry guys, this is kind of hard to type and do this at the same time. 35 minus 43.8, that equals negative 8.8. 45 minus 43.8, that equals 1.2. And finally, 39 minus 43.8, that equals negative 4.8. Then, step 3 says, well, we have to square each difference. So, we'll do that next. So again, you're going to want a calculator for all this. So it's 16.2 squared. Let me get myself reset here. That equals, again, I use an app on my phone, scientific calculator, 16.2 squared. That's 262.44. Then I have to take negative 3.8 squared. So 3.8 squared is 14.44. And notice as we square all these values, even if they're negative, they're going to turn out to be positive, because when we square any real number, it will always get a positive answer. So 8.8 squared. Let me try that again. That doesn't seem right. 8.8 squared. That's 77.44. 1.2 squared. Well, I can do that one in my head. That's 1.44. And finally, negative 4.8 squared. Again, with my calculator, 4.8 squared, that's 23.04. And then it says to find the average of these squares, and that's our variance. So that's going to be 262.44 plus 14.44 plus 77.44 plus 1.44 plus 23.04. And since there's 5 squares, we'll have to divide that by 5. So again, I'm going to pull up my calculator here. So I got 262.44 plus 14.44 plus 77.44 plus 1.44 plus 23.04 equals, divide that by 5, and I get an answer of 75.76. And finally, the fifth thing I do is I take the square root of that variance. So I'll grab my calculator and I'll take the square root, and I find out that my standard deviation is 8.70. And that is how we do standard deviation and variance.